Good morning, guys. It's Taffany here. I want to welcome you into my garden here in Spring, Texas, Zone 9B. This is Tika's Gardens, and today I'm going to do a little tidying up. The people were here who typically mow my lawn. They were here yesterday, and so the furniture and stuff was moved. I'm going to put that back, and I'm going to take a look at a few things that I'm having issues with. I'm going to show you and try to figure out what's going on. You guys can give me some advice on that, and I'm going to find anything else that needs to be done. Today is just a random gardening is what I'm gonna call it. So let's get started. Let's first put the furniture back, and then let's kind of take a look around the garden at trouble areas and see what's going on. So guys, this is Tika in her catnip. My poor chamomile, she's just trampling all over it. And sometimes she just gets right here in the middle. As you can see, there's a hole. She just lays there in the middle. All right, well, enough of Tika's escapades. Look at the flowers on this dill. That's really pretty. All right, let me go to my first problem area and show you, which I probably should have done that before I put the chairs back. But look at the discoloration on the leaves. It almost looks like chlorosis. You see that? This one is starting. You're starting to see it on the pentas, the salvias, but the verbena has it the worst. And I'm going to come over the chair, and I'm going to show you this verbena as well. Now, in both cases, right, let's see, about here is a sprinkler head, and right behind these, about right here, is a sprinkler head. So I don't know if it's the water that's causing it or if it is an iron deficiency, but I noticed this same thing happening last season, and I don't know because the shrubs are not showing any signs of it. As you can see, this looks nice and green, and so does this, and this is definitely a gardenia. The flower is starting to die out, but there is a gardenia flower which has kind of a perfumey smell when I was trying to smell it the other day. Also, the bird of paradise is not showing signs of it. So I don't know what it is. If anyone can give me some advice, is it chlorosis, or do you think that it has to do with the fact that they're close to a sprinkler head? Just leave a comment below and tell me. The other thing that I noticed is, of course, the constant wearing on the grass. Anyone who can tell me how to maintain a grass walkway so that it looks good, even though people are walking on it, I would love some advice on that as well. As you can see, that is why I did the walkway over there, because actually the grass in front of that bed looked just like this last season, and it has revitalized itself, but I don't want to wear that part down again, so I made the walkway through that narrow bed. But here, I refuse to put down stone because I don't want stone all through my grass. So we have to figure out a way to keep this looking great, even though people are walking on it. So again, any advice? And the last thing, there is a sprinkler right here, and these roses, as you remember, were so pretty, full of leaves, thick and fluffy and growing tall, and I'm 100% positive that this is from the sprinkler being too close to the sprinkler heads. But they still have leaves and they're still trying to survive, so I'm going to dig them up and I'm going to try to find somewhere to transplant them back here. I thought about, since they are more of a permanent flower as opposed to the pentas, maybe digging the pentas up, and let's see, there's 4, 1, 2, 3, and one that was knocked down from the sprinkler. So there's 3 left. So I was thinking of taking the 5 miniature roses and putting them where the pentas are, and taking out this lantana and moving it somewhere else and putting one right here. So there's 5, so that would be 1 there, 1 here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 right here for 5. That is what I'm thinking of, but I'm not sure where to put the 3 red pentas. I suppose I could stick them here at the base of the tree behind the vinca. Like I said, there's only 3 left. That would give me somewhere to put them. But I do feel for sure that I need to get these roses moved. So let's figure out where to put them. Let's dig these roses up, and then let's find somewhere to put the pentas, and let's see if we can revive these roses. While we're at it, guys, I'm going to go ahead and clear out this drain that has mulch pulled into it from the last rains that we've had. Let me show you. So as you can see, it is clogged up. So let's get that cleared out. All right, now let's get those roses up. Okay, so these are the 5 miniature roses. I've kind of set the pentas here around the base of the tree. So I think that's how we're going to get those planted. And as I said, we're going to put the 5 roses in the empty spots that I just dug up. So let's get them in the ground. All right, guys. Well, I've got everything in the ground and moved. So let's hope this solves the problem with the sprinklers hitting them directly. So let's take a look at what everything looks like right now. All right, so we are at the entrance of the bedroom garden. Let me back up so you can see. We're at the entrance. And as we walk in, we've got the red vinca along the outer edge, and we've got the 3 remaining pentas right here in the middle with the second layer of height. And then we of course have the cherry tree, which I'm just noticing has another ripe cherry. So let's get that one. Can you see it? I love picking fruit and vegetables. It's so much fun. But that is actually pretty. Very nice. And the pentas kind of hides the rope from the stake that I have there. Very, very pretty. I like it. That was a good choice. Now let me turn around. This right here is where I removed the roses. And I think it was important to remove them while they still are, trying to live, but the sprinkler is just a little bit too much for them. So putting them over here, they won't get directly sprayed. They will get overhead spray, but they won't get a direct spray coming right from behind it at a high pressure. So there's one. Here's the second. Here's a big, humongous weed. And I didn't get the root, so I'm gonna have to come back and get the root. But there's the second, which my hope is once it thickens up and fills out, it will kind of block the view of the drain behind it. That was why the lantana was there. But we're gonna try to get that same effect with the rose. That's the third one. Here's the fourth one. And here's the fifth one. So that is everything. So just picture those once they revive themselves and they thicken back up and get full of blooms again. Just picture what those are gonna look like. Those red dots of miniature roses scattered in there with the big red hibiscus behind it. This is very pretty. So we have to figure out what to put right there where those roses were, and I'm not going to stress myself over that today. We'll figure that out later today, tomorrow, whenever something hits me. But we'll figure it out. And the other thing, let me show you guys. Look at the crepe myrtle. Oh my gosh, is this not so pretty? Look at that. Look at those rich, deep burgundy leaves. That is so pretty. So pretty. Oh man. And we just transplanted that from the front yard, where we replaced it in the front yard with an Italian cypress in the corner on the driveway side. We put the Italian cypress there, and I brought this to the backyard, and it was maybe about this tall when I put it back here, and that was done this winter. And look at it. That means that it really likes this location. And maybe it was not getting enough sun in the other spot, but it's happy here, and those flowers are gorgeous. And look at the little red balls, that is what's going to burst open and form those flowers. You can see one right in there getting ready to burst open, but they go from those little berry looking buds to flowers. All right, guys, well, I think that is it for today. We've got the furniture back in. Tika went crazy in her catnip. We've got the roses planted. I'm going to come back and water them and give them some fertilizer. But that's it for today. All right, guys, I want to thank you for gardening with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.